Welcome back. We're here at New London Hospital, and joining me now is Lauren Conkey. She is the Program Director for the Wellness Connection here at New London Hospital. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We talked to you last year when the Wellness Connection was just underway. Tell us a little bit about what the Wellness Connection is.
Sure. So back in 2012 now, which I keep thinking that we're a very new project, but this has been going on for a little while.
Still fairly new.
Yes. New London Hospital received an anonymous donation, completely unrestricted, and the board decided to set it aside for the advancement of community wellness, which was a bit broad. So after that, we brought together a strategic planning committee of different partners in the area and decided that we wanted to focus on healthy eating and active living. It's a big need here, as it is really anywhere.
Anywhere, yes, yeah. Globally and nationally.
Absolutely, and we didn't really know of any coordinated effort that was specifically focused on that in this region, so we thought we could fill in that gap.
That's super. So talk about last year. There were some people were enabled to apply for money to do certain things, and you had some nice recipients last year. Talk about a few of those.
Yes, absolutely. So at the end of last year, we put out our first call for proposals for healthy eating and active living grants. It was the first time we had done anything like it. We weren't sure the type of response that we would get, and they weren't large grants. It was just up to $1,500, but we really wanted to support healthy eating and active living projects in this area, and we left it open other than that, really. So we were actually very excited about the response that we got, and this spring into a little bit of the summer, we were able to fund 3 different organizations focused on kind of a different topic within that. Okay,
great. Give us some ideas of what people use the money for.
Sure. So for healthy eating, the Newport Food Pantry was one of our recipients. They had an existing weekend backpack program that was already pretty successful, thanks to the executive director there, Jim Demers, but he wanted to do more with it. So with our funding, he was able to include fresh fruit, organic milk, and organic juice into the backpacks that were delivered to students every week.
Kids could take those home for the weekend so that they could continue their good eating throughout the weekend.
Yes, so it was coordinated by the school nurses, completely anonymous. They're delivered every Friday to the schools. And he grew the program, and this year they delivered almost 1,900 backpacks over the course of the school year. So it's really well utilized. It's a great program. We were happy to be able to help with that.
That's a great one. Yeah, sure.
One of the other ones that we did, we worked with the Kearsarge Regional High School. And one of the teachers there actually brought a mapping project into his Algebra 1 classroom. And we love that because it's sustainable, and he's teaching the students. It's part of the curriculum. So they actually bought trundle wheels. I don't know if you've seen those out walking, and pedometers, and they measured every inch of the hallways within the school for distance and the average amount of time it took to walk them and the number of steps. And then they created walking routes, color-coded based on distance and time, looking at both typical routes that students might take or teachers really to get to the classes, and then thinking about if you wanted to walk a mile, where would you go? So now they want to expand that program and look at the outside of the school grounds and create walking routes that way.
That's great. Just to make people aware of, yes, you don't need to go and run 5 miles. You may be walking a mile in the school every day.
Exactly, exactly. And they also even thought, parents who are there for practice or games can walk around the fields and know how far they're walking. And it's just an easy way to get exercise without even really thinking about it.
That's so creative.
Yes.
You must have just loved going through the applications.
It was great. We had a chance to go and visit the class and hear him talk to his students and engage with them a little bit, so that was really fun.
That's super. Great. So now you are just starting to review this year's applicants, is that right?
Yes, so the deadline was yesterday. And since it was so successful the first time around, we wanted to increase the amount a little bit, so we will be giving a maximum of $2,500 per person, and we are still funding healthy eating and active living, so we're excited to see what we'll get.
Wow, exciting. Well, next year we'll talk to you at the same time, and we'll find out what new creative ideas came out of the program for next year.
Yes.
And if people are looking to maybe write grants for the next deadline, you're a great contact.
Absolutely, yeah. Our hope is to do this twice a year. And really then the challenge is too, how do we sustain these great projects that we funded?
Good. Well, great. Well, great. Thanks so much for helping keep us healthy here.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, Lauren.